Hello everybody, it's Deb. This is the first month of a Happymail Creations collaboration. It's hosted by Happymail Stamper, who is Joanne. And right now there's only 3 of us, but we would love to have more participants. It's going to be a once a month collaboration on the first of the month at noon. So I hope you enjoy what we made, and the idea is to make things for Happymail, and it's optional whether you send them anywhere or whatever, but I have some Happymail items that I have to send people because I entered their challenges or whatever, or swaps. So this is the first part, and then I'm going to come back with the second part because I have several different things. And the first one is for what are they called? Memory Dex cards that I had to do, which are a lot of fun. I really enjoy making those. So I'm showing you what I used. I used 4 different sheets out of this Kirby Teasdale Studio from the Paper Studio, which is Hobby Lobby. I've had it for quite a while. I really love it. So anyway, I really love this paper pad. I think I have it in the 12 by 12 also, but this size is perfect for doing smaller things. So I used this sheet, and let's see, this sheet. And I actually amazingly did not use the butterfly sheet. I used this sheet, and there's a pink one in here that I used. Oh no, on this plaid. So I used those 4. And then in addition to that, I used a couple of these also from the Paper Studio, Poppies and Papery cream tissue papers. I only used, I think, 2 of those. I used one of these bead landing word beads. I used 1 or 2, I think, one of these Dollar Tree word stickers. I used 1 or 2 of these Jolie's bling stickers. Looks like I got them on clearance somewhere a while back. No clue. I really like these. So these little flower gems. I used 2, I think, of these Sticko dimensional butterfly stickers. I used one in pink and one in sort of a just a iridescent. I did use this very vintage clear mount stamp set. It's Stampin Up, which I'm a demonstrator. This is a host only. It's in the annual catalog, but it's only for when you host a party. If you have a large enough party, you can select this as your host gift. I used this little thing here on one of them and the For You, and I used this sort of vintage half doily stamp on, I believe, 2 of them. Also from Stampin' Up, I used the rose metallic thread on one of the cards, Memory Dex cards, and I used the silver and petal pink baker's twine in the annual catalog on one of them, the one that has this bead on it. So, and I did also use Distress Oxide Vintage Photo to distress the edges of all the cards, and I also used this to edge some of the things that went on the cards. And I also had a couple butterflies already cut out from the Butterfly Beauty Thinlits, and in the Coastal Cabana color, I cut 2 off the larger butterfly thing and used those. And then I used, on 1 or 2 of the cards, I used these pink and cream colored pearls, but I used them in just the cream color on one of the cards. And I did use crystal stickles on the 2 butterflies. And lastly, I think I used some Adhesive-Backed Sequins from Stampin' Up in this sand color, and they're in the Sahara Sand. They're in the annual catalog as well. So for the Stampin' Up products, I will list them below the video with their item codes if I remember to do that. But I'm not sponsored by or paid by any of the other companies. I just have things in my stash and I'm trying to use them. So let me bring out the projects. And I did them all at the same time, even though they're for 4 different people. Here are the first 2. Oh, and there's one other thing I used. Well, I used hot glue. I also used some of my art glitter glue. I did use a few of Stampin' Up's Dimensionals and Stampin' Up's mini glue dots. And also, I had, one second, I had these cutouts from American Craft. Let me see, I had bought them, I seem to remember at Joann's as individual sheets. They were American Crafts, The Color of Memories, and I took the squares and all 4 of them, I used them on all 4 cards. I cut them with a scallop punch, 1 3/4 inch scallop punch, which is the EK Success brand, excuse me. So I turned them into scallop decorations or words. Okay, let me just walk one by one. This is the one that has the first page in the tablet. It has the little hand writing a message, which I thought was appropriate. It also has butterflies. I stamped on it from that very vintage stamp set, One of the Best Things in Life Is You, in the Distress Oxide though. And it has For You on the cut apart that I had turned into a scallop. This was a little scrap piece of trim I had left, and I just cut it a little bit off and made it even more of a scrap. These are the bead landing pearls, and this is the butterfly from the Stampin' Up die set. And I haven't done anything on the back yet. I have to put my information there. So that was the first one. I think this was the second one, I believe. And here I stamped that vintage looking doily here in the excuse me, vintage photo. This is a piece of the Dollar Tree trim. It's one of my favorites there. This is a piece off of, I believe, this paper, and I just cut it and put it here. It has a little handwritten thing with a sort of vintage looking lady. One of the flowers from Hobby Lobby. This is got the rose colored thread on it from Stampin' Up on top, that stamp doily, and then this flowers on top that, one little sequin, one iridescent butterfly, and the Dollar Tree word wonderful. So that is the second one. And then this was the third one. This is a piece of ribbon I'm almost out of now, but I had bought that at a yard sale, and I love that ribbon. It's like a white lace with the pink satin going through. I also stamped the vintage doily here. There was a little piece of paper left over from this, and I put it, I don't know if you can even see it now, but it's underneath the brown, and I sort of just rounded the corner there and put that there. This is bumped up on dimensionals. Here's another Hobby Lobby thing, and this twine is for the Stampin' Up twine in Petal Pink and Whisper White. I have it going through the bead, then I tied it into a bow up here, and I sort of put some glue dots down so this wouldn't go too astray. Iridescent pinky kind of butterfly, and 3 of the Sahara Sand, what do you call those? Adhesive sequins, but I added a little extra glue to them. And then the last one, one sec. Okay, sorry. The last one then was this one, sort of the wallpaper looking stuff. And this sort is a piece of burlap trim. I can't remember where I got that, but it's sort of a really coarse burlappy kind of trim on top of a woven ribbon, but it's even a little coarse, so I'm not sure what that's made out of. I had a little bit of scrap left over from the pink and white twine here, so I just cut it in 3 strips, put them down on glue dots, and then put this up on dimensionals. This I stamped on a scrap of Petal Pink from Stampin' Up. This was the very vintage, this shape here which I thought matched the shape of the card pretty well. And the For You is on there, and I stamped them in Vintage Photo Distress Oxide, and then I went around the edges with the Distress Oxide. Here's one of those little flowers, and again, just two of the Sahara Sand adhesive sequins. This is another one of the butterflies that I showed you before with some crystal stickles on. And I forgot to mention that I did use the Heidi Swap. This is a 2-piece die for the base of the cards. I had bought this from Jimmy Lonnie Creations, and there's 2 in here, and I usually use this other one, but this time I used this one because I thought it looked more vintage and liked the shape of it. I have actually made them myself as well, and honestly I kind of like the shape of making them yourself better, except for I like being able to get the bottom parts, the holes done properly, so with these. So I used this time, and I just used 110-pound cardstock as the base because the paper is pretty thin. The Kirby Teasdale paper, it's actually a thin, it's a paper, it's not a cardstock. So I glued that down onto the 110-pound white cardstock, and then I just distressed around all the edges, and oops, and I will have something put on the back to cover up most of the white. So yeah, with my information. So those are my 4 Memory Decks cards, and I won't say who's going to get what. So if you're expecting one from me, or maybe you're not, but you're going to get one, these are what I made, and I haven't picked who's getting which ones yet, so we'll see. Okay, I'll be back in a little while, so stay tuned in just a second for you guys, but a little bit for me. I have pocket letters I'm going to share also. Alright, thanks for watching. Hey everyone, so I'm back, and I have the pocket letters I was talking about for Happymail as well. One of these I made for a swap, and then I made one almost identical, and that one I don't know who it'll go to, but they're basically the same. So I'm going to walk through what I used. My starting point, I don't have too much for St. Patrick's Day, so my starting point was this Call Me Clover cardstock from Stampin' Up, which I'll link below. And I will link only the Stampin' Up products I use, which isn't that many, but some. And then the only St. Patrick's Day paper I think I have is out of this Paper Studio 4 Seasons. And this is paper, so I use this green stripe. And I use this clover leaf ones and this clover leaf ones, and that's it. They're the only 3 sheets of paper in here that are, what do you call it, St. Patrick's Day. So I use those, but I used the Call Me Clover 1 sheet for each pocket letter as the base, and then the extra square that I had 9 rectangles, I used to cut out scallops here. And let's see what else. Okay, I used, these were some like table scatter kind of stuff that somebody had gifted me. I had a little bag of it from a prior year. This is some bling that I'm pretty sure I got in as part of a D-stash thing from Donna Dreams ×3 a while back with some laces and stuff. I used some of this Michaels that I had gotten a year or 2 ago. This shiny ribbon here, and this one that looks like eyelash trim down here on this pocket. I used the Dollar Tree word stickers again, just one. I also used up here, these are retired. I really like these. I wish they'd come back. They're Stampin' Up retired products, and I have 2 packs of them, metallic foil doilies. So I used a gold one which fit almost perfectly, and I just cut the edges off. Then I used my mini envelope punch board with the shamrock paper, and I did a let me see, 1.5 by, oh gosh, I forget now. I had to change it because the first one I did was too big. The first one I did was, I think 1.5 by 2. And this, I ended up doing one that was 1 by 1.5 is what this is. So 1 this way by 1.5 this way. And yeah, so that was came in handy. My little cutesy envelope punch board. I have the 1, 2, 3 board also, but this makes perfect little envelopes for pocket letters and things. And I'll show you the bigger one because I stuck it back here. It's like this. So it's still little, but it's a lot bigger than this one. And this was just a little too big for putting on there, so I'm going to gift it. Then this, Have a Lucky Day, is actually from Stampin' Up. It's from the Itty Bitty Greetings, and it's a 2 of 2, I mean, it's a 2-part stamp set, and right here it is Have a Lucky Day. So thankfully I had that because I don't think I have any other St. Patrick's Day stamps or anything. Then these are little stickers I put on, and these are the Dollar Tree enamel glitter dots that look like this, and I used almost all the green ones. Then over here I had some ribbon, what did I do with it? I think I put it away already. Ribbon, and this is gold washi, and then I had these glitter stickers. They're puffy glitter. I don't know if you can see the dimension there a little bit. Anyway, they puff up, and I just put them on the green cardstock. Over here, this one is all washi, and I went on the diagonal. This one is the only one that was out of that Michael's Holiday washi kit that they used to have. I don't know if they still carry it or not, but I had gotten it on sale for like $10 for a whole little box of holiday washi. This is the only St. Patrick's Day in there. And then I just had, and I'm not sure where I got all these from, but all these, oops, sorry, different shades, the gold thinner, and probably some came from Hobby Lobby, but I'm not sure all did. So I just alternated gold, light green, dark green, gold, and same down here. Put a couple foil edge stickers on with the pot of gold and the rainbow going up that way. Then here I made a shaker card. It's out of more of those like table scatter plus some Dollar Tree seed beads. I'm trying to get them to show you. Here we go. So this is the scatter stuff, and these are the seed beads, and I just put various ones. And then also I had in my stash these light green and dark green sequins, which I think either came from Walmart or Dollar Tree. I'm not positive which, because it's been a while since I bought them. I had this ribbon here, which distributed. This is a Michael's also from years gone by, and I just cut it and put it across where I did the fusing. I used the We Are Memory Keeper fuse tool to seal it, and it shakes real nice. Then over here, I really thought I had some shamrock gold metal charms, but I cannot find them. So I did this. This is a sticker. It says Good Luck Charms. I just put that on some more the Call Me Clover paper on top of the Clovery paper. This is part of a necklace, which I thought was Dollar Tree, but it says I got it at Joann's. So this was from a prior year Joann's, and I just, these pull out like that, and I just cut the shamrock off, kept 2 of the balls. The ball makes it to stick out too far, and I just hot glued that lucky charm down. So there's a good luck charm there. Really, I don't have many leprechauns or anything like that. There's one little leprechaun guy in the greens in this stuff. There he is. But I don't really have many of that. Here I just went around the edge of this with Studio G glitter glue, which I'm sure I got at Walmart. I'm pretty sure I got at Walmart. Yeah, I'm gonna say yes. Pretty sure that was Walmart. I don't know for sure. This I used an EK Success Scallop Punch. This is a piece of Stampin' Up ribbon. It is, let me get it for you. I really like the feel of it too. It's in the annual catalog. It's Granny Apple Green with a white edging. It's very soft ribbon. And I hadn't used it yet, so I thought, well, good time to use it. And it's called Textured Weave Ribbon, 1/2 inch, and you get 10 yards of it. I have this in the gray also, and I like them both. I love the feel of this ribbon. I hope they continue that ribbon, at least in the gray. So that's underneath there on top the paper, on top the Call Me Clover, and that's the glitter glue. And then this is a piece of this this bling. I had one little piece of four squares left, so I stuck that on. This is a piece of the striped paper, but unlike up here where I went up and down, I went sideways, and then I put the this Michael's trim on, and the eyelash trim going across the top. This is another piece of that clovery paper. Here I just used 2 washies, the green sparkly and the gold, and then I had these gemstone type shamrocks and some bling, and just put them on. And that's, oh, and then over here's the washi. This is the Michael's washi again. And this I actually had to glue down because it wouldn't stick, the glitter. And then I'm going to put things in a little bag as opposed to in the back. So they're pretty much the same. I think the only difference is here I put a green gem in the middle instead of the 4 squares of the bling. And over here I had an extra shamrock and not enough of the little thing, so I just, you know, alternated that. And I think that's pretty much the only difference between the two. So I hope you enjoyed it. They were fun to make. I like making pocket letters. They do take me a little while, but yeah, that was fun. I haven't done a shaker pocket letter in a while, so I'll be getting that out the door to my swap partner probably on the day this airs. So, or maybe the day before, I'm not sure. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed our Happymail Creations collaboration hosted by Joanne. Please go, there are 3 of us. There's Happymail Stamper, Kreationsby Kimber, and me. But if you would like to join, please go over to Joanne's channel, Happymail Stamper, and let her know, because we are looking for more participants to grow the collab. And basically you're going to be sharing some Happy Mail that you may or may not send out, but the whole point of Happy Mail really is to send something, right? So yeah, so in summary, I did 2 pocket letters and 4 memory decks cards for this month's Happymail Creations collaboration, and I will be hopefully getting these out in the mail as soon as I'm done uploading this video. Alright guys, have a great day. Talk to you soon. Hugs, love, and peace.